Hi, my name's Stephen Wallace, and this is my life.
Hi Stephen, tell me about your experiences growing up.
So, I grew up under a full care order. I went into foster care at the age of 3. I pretty much spent all my life, or all my young life, in foster care until my early teens, where I ended up going to prison. But growing up in foster care was a bit turbulent in terms of just a lack of supervision, a lack of everything. I moved from home to home every single year from the age of 3 until I was like 13. I was in a different foster placement in a different part of England. No communication from my real family. Kind of didn't have good schooling, didn't really learn to read and write until I was like 19. Didn't leave school with any qualifications. Ended up going to prison and spending quite a few years in prison.
How did that impact you?
It impacted me quite a bit. It set me back in terms of keeping up to where I should be, like where my friends had driving licenses, I didn't have a driving license, where people have jobs, I didn't have a job. I was constantly behind in terms of missing out on just having a stable upbringing. Even just understanding my journey was quite difficult in terms of just moving to home every year. The basic things that normal children should learn whilst living with their family, I didn't learn these things. I was too busy moving around different places, if that makes sense.
How has that shaped your current perspectives on young people in perhaps similar circumstances?
It's made me very passionate about that kind of about young people going through what I went through. So I've now started to do a lot of youth work, a lot of mentoring around trying to help people that are going through what I went through.
Did you have information about why you experienced the experiences that you experienced? Why were you moved so often, say for instance?
No, I didn't have no information whatsoever. I was, in terms of, it was just move. It was just, one day there will be a meeting. Stephen, you do know this was a temporary placement. We've got a new foster placement for you now. And just moved again. And that happened quite often, like every year. It would just be a new placement. No real explanation. It would just be, this was a short-term placement, so now it's time to move on. There was no real, I think it was difficult for people to keep up with the amount of different placements. It was hard to keep up with, all my paperwork and records.
How has the lack of information and understanding, how has that affected you?
It made me very angry and bitter growing up. Like, for example, I never knew that my family was trying to reach out for me when I was younger. So I used to just feel like my family abandoned me, everyone disappeared. So it's like kind of me against the world kind of mentality. Had a lot of anger for everyone, especially authority figures. I felt like they was to blame for everything. But I feel like that was a lack of understanding my journey, so that left me very bitter and angry.
Do you think that having a resource that could help you to collate your experiences and make sense of them would have helped?
Most definitely, because most recently I've applied for my care records, which breaks down everything that I've gone through, explains why I went to care. And now I'm much less angry, or I don't hold so much resentment to some people, because now I know actually you did try to come and get me, you did reach out for me, but these things were suppressed in paperwork, so you don't really get to see it unless you have applied for your paperwork. So having something that can help you, a resource that can help you understand your journey would be amazing. It would have been great for me. I think I would have found myself a lot earlier in life if I had that resource from the beginning.
Thank you. You've seen the This Is My Life book.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about that in terms of like helping young people to collate their memories in a way that values them also?
I think it's amazing in terms of just having, like when I was younger, there was attempts for me to put together scrapbooks and stuff, but because of how easy it is for stuff to drop out of it or just to misplace it, I feel like when I saw the book, it was just perfect in the way that it was presented, the leather casing, the zip up, how you can zip it away inside a case. And it's just a perfect template to document your journey of what you've been through. Also, it's perfect in terms of like putting your pictures in it, having different segments to put notes. It could be anything. This, yeah, I think it's a perfect template.
Thank you, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.